I'm terrible at Devil May Cry 5. I mean, I die a lot, which means gold orbs are very valuable to me. There was one time where I spent an entire stream converting my red orbs into gold orbs. I constantly get questions about my gold orb count when I'm playing on my main save file, so I figured I'd take the time to explain what that's all about. For context, as you play Devil May Cry 5, you accrue red orbs from doing just about anything. Hunting demons, breaking crystals, or even standing in the right spot. In contrast, gold orbs are scarce and expensive. You can usually find one or two floating around each mission, but once you've collected them, they're gone forever, even if you replay the level. There's a kind of daily login that grants one gold orb, but that's one gold orb every 24 hours. The main alternative for amassing a gluttonous assortment of gold is from the shop, but if you've ever gone to buy them, you've probably been hit with a sold out message after a couple of purchases. So how did I spend a whole 3 hours purchasing these resplendent revivals? Well, after you've beaten the game enough times, these pesky purchase limits go away and you can infinitely exchange 50,000 red orbs for a single gold orb. Given that the maximum number of red orbs you can hold is 99 million, and I had already bought everything else under the sun, on the sweet surrenders. You gotta be stocked up on sweet surrenders, you know. I figured it would be fun to push the limits of the game and see just how many of these rare orbs I could acquire. But there's one problem. So I can spam the button. This is as fast as it goes. There's like a 2 to 3 second delay. Every time you buy one, there's like a 1 second menu delay each time for each menu. So it takes 5 to 6 seconds to buy a single orb. That doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it adds up, trust me. There's no bulk purchase feature and no quantity selection. You have to buy them one at a time. You confirm the purchase and this screen pops up for a few seconds where all of your inputs are disabled. You quite literally just have to wait for it to go away before you can make another purchase. Now you might be wondering, what's the point? Well, as I stated, I want to push the limits of the game, but what exactly does that mean in this context? Since red orbs have a cap, I figure gold orbs must as well. Is there a limit for the gold orbs, Cosmin? That is what I am testing. We're not gonna reach it because I thought it would be 1,000. So when I did this the first time, not on stream, I thought it would be 1,000. Then it wasn't. It wasn't 1,000. So I just kept going. So now I think that the cap is probably maybe 9,999? Given how rare they are, the cap must also be a lot lower, right? But what if it's not? Could you actually obtain 99 million gold orbs? Or what if they never even set a cap for it, figuring nobody would be crazy enough to do what I'm doing? Could I overflow my gold orb count? And if there is a cap and the shop cuts off my purchases, what would happen if you pick up a gold orb in a mission while already at the maximum limit? There are tons of interesting things to be discovered, and those are at the core of why I decided to do this. But there's actually one more problem. It took 3 hours to drain my 99 million red orbs, and due to their steep cost, I received roughly 2,000 gold orbs in exchange. Certainly nothing to sneeze at, but a far cry from hitting any potential cap. This is a long-term passion project that I dedicate some time to whenever I start getting an excess of red orbs from doing various challenge runs and also schemes. So just know that somewhere at some point, I'm probably buying gold orbs like a madman. And once I find this fabled gold orb cap, you all will be the first to know about it. But anyways, yeah, I pressed the button for 3 hours. Thank you for watching this silly little video. Is how I would have ended it off if I had released this back when I originally made it. The video felt like it posed too many questions and only offered a vague promise of answers at some undetermined point in the future. So in an effort to satisfy my own curiosity and answer some of my questions, I had to put my nose to the grindstone. If 9,999 was the gold orb cap, it shouldn't take all that long to find out. So I buckled down and bit the bullet, slowly clawing my way out out of the 4-digit hell I now found myself in. After what felt like an eternity, I approached the fabled would-be cap, and I was just a few clicks away from finding out that it goes beyond 10,000. You need to understand, just getting to this point was so physically taxing. The doctor said I had developed carpal tunnel in both of my hands, feet, and heads. So rather than continue toward the next logical cap of 99,999, I decided to take a more diplomatic approach by emailing Capcom and asking directly. After writing up the best email I could, I wasn't surprised to get a reply, but unfortunately they politely rejected my request. Well, shit, here we go again. The year is 2038. DMC9 is about to release on the PlayStation 360, and I've been slaving away in Nico's shop, chasing that gold orb high. So much time has passed, and my orb count was finally getting close to its goal. Surely it can't go higher than 5 digits. 99,999 has to be the maximum. And as you can all see, in just a few more button presses, I will finally be at the max gold orb count, and the shop will cut me off. I heard those words of aspiration echo in my head as reality collapsed around me, and a singular number stared me dead in the face. 100,000. I had thought the tantalizing kiss of self-indulgence a dream, forever out of reach. And now that its sweet ruin courses through my veins, I will not be quick to relinquish it. Nor will I be quick to forget that which caused my downfall. In other words, I ain't doing that anymore. The grind to 100,000 was hell by itself, but I'd have to do it 9 times over to see if 1 million is the cap. No thanks. But I've got one more trick up my sleeve that is guaranteed to get us the answers we want. I sent a message to my friend the Toaster Gent, and I'm just waiting to hear back from him.
It's 4:69 a.m. right now. I just heard back from Toast, and it looks like we're on for tomorrow. So, I'll see you guys then.
Damn, what a goddamn mess.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, you know what? Actually, it's not that messy. We're just gonna put in a big number.
Okay.
A big number like this. I mean, it seemed to take that.
Uh-huh.
It seemed to take that. Okay.
Yeah. No, my favorite part about adding a new digit when I was buying them manually was seeing how scrunched it would get.
Oh, that must have taken forever. You would doing this manually? 2 billion. This is 2 billion. You would never.
Oh, yeah, no.
Damn.
So.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh. Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh. I got good news for you.
Uh-huh.
Guess what isn't signed?
What does that mean?
Well, you find out what that means.
Okay.
Highest value for unsigned 4-bit integer. That is 4 billion.
Oh, okay, 4 billion.
But yeah, it's about 4.3 billion, and we'll just see how the game takes that. What happens? Wait, what happens if I get a commendation from a player like this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
because
I
it's
will
one
say
thing for the shop to disallow a buy button. Like, that's easy, but
yeah,
like,
I will say once I got 100,000, since I've logged into the game, it hasn't given me my like daily login bonus of 1 either.
Oh, well, this is upsetting.
Oh,
Buy this with red orbs, yes. Gold Orb +1. It circled all the way down
Zeroes
to
it out.
0. I'm gonna use a Gold Orb and see. Yeah, it counted down correctly.
it did.
This is just legit.
And so the call with Toast turned out to be insanely insightful. We found out the maximum number of gold orbs is equal to the maximum value that can be represented from an unsigned 4-byte integer, which is 294,967,295. We also found out that even with that number of gold orbs, reviving will result in everything functioning as normal. You lose 1 gold orb. But the other interesting thing is the shop. The first thing to note was that when we went there was no sold out. The shop just had the gold orbs for sale like business as usual. And when at the maximum number of gold orbs, it just loops back down to 0. The screen saying +1 gold orb pops up, and the gold orb count legitimately resets to 0. I was hoping for some sort of overflow into the negative, but apparently that can only happen with signed integers, not unsigned ones. And just for the hell of it, I went ahead and did the math to see how long you would have to manually buy gold orbs in order to reach that number of 4 billion. And what I came up with was approximately 952 years of non-stop pressing the button to reach that amount of gold orbs. Yeah, I wouldn't have reached the cap in 10 of my lifetimes. But now we know. And that's all I've got for you today. So thank you for watching this silly little video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Sayonara.